Hello everybody, this is Dumpster Cats. Welcome back to yet another Pioneer video. In this one, we're of course back on the rock. We are playing Unstoppable Slasher. That's kind of like the new addition for today. I got a comment on this card, and this is also kind of inspired by KO Diamonds. If you don't know him, he's a very prominent YouTuber who plays a lot of rock content, some Pioneer rock content. And he played Slasher in a list very similar to this one recently in a challenge and did decently well, and he's been playing this card just generally speaking in the rock and been doing decently well with it. So I wanted to try it out myself instead of Sentinel of the Nameless City in this kind of 3-drop creature slot for us. The philosophy behind it, at least the way I see it, is that it's not as versatile of a threat as Sentinel is, as being both offensive and defensive, being able to trigger Revolt for Fatal Push off the map tokens. But to kind of make up for that, it is very, very aggressive itself in being able to make your opponent lose half their life whenever it deals combat damage to them, and is just a very, of course, recursive threat, or I guess hard to deal with threat in being able to recur itself with those stun counters. So I'm excited to play this. I've tested it just a little bit and have been actually pretty surprisingly satisfied with it, with the few games I've played with it so far. Like I mentioned, this list is very similar to the one I've been playing and the one that KO Diamonds has been on recently. I swapped out the Wastewood Verges in the mana base for Deathcap Glade. I haven't really been too satisfied with the Verges. Just not being able to make black mana early on is not very beneficial for us, and I think I want to try out the Glades in its place. Llanowar Wastes may just be like the better choice, but I think we're going to be kind of rotating those three lands in the spot and seeing which one we like best. But yeah, I think KO Diamonds was playing -1 decay, +1 Dread Knight. He was also playing a Maelstrom Pulse in the main deck as well. I think those are all great choices, pretty minor decisions, but I think I like going with just 3 Dread Knight, 2 Blade, 4 Cub. I do really like Decay in this format, and so I do like the 3 copies of it. And then 2 Duress to go for the throat as well. In the sideboard, I don't think I've changed anything since the last time. I'm a little afraid of Greasefang, and I believe Phoenix has been on the rise recently as well, so that's why I like the Hearse and the Cling to Dust. Still trying to figure out if I like Deathmark. The Company deck I haven't been seeing that deck too often. However, this is just like a pretty versatile removal spell to have in the sideboard, and very, very potent removal spell against that deck, but also against like Mono Green Devotion if we see it, stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's about it that I wanted to say about the main deck and the sideboard for here. I want to thank you guys for all the support, as I've been kind of been able to play a bit more recently. And with that being said, I will see you guys for the matches. Alright, here we are for match number 1. We are on the play with a very, very nice, well-rounded hand. Get to see Slasher, hopefully, right off the bat here. Let's see what we're up against. Okay. Angels. I think I'll just take the Valkyrie, and we have 2 Fatal Pushes for their 2 Elves. Okay, very nice for us. Decay is a great removal spell in this matchup as well. You always, of course, love to see all of your interaction lining up for you very well. Yeah, and this is just being quite perfect for us here. I think I will keep the I'll keep the Takenuma over the Beseiju. I think that's a bit more relevant for us in this matchup. And yeah, Slasher, putting them down to 9 from 20 with that hit there is, of course, very nice. Okay. So, I think I just want to get aggressive here and attack in with this 1/1 and the Slasher. I think I'm very okay trading a 1-1 with the Overseer here. Just getting the damage, put them down to 4. And yeah, I think we're feeling very good here. Best draw for them. Okay, that's a good draw. I was going to say company would be very good for them as well. Okay, do I offer up the trade? I think so. And then we could get back a cub. Next turn. Ooh, okay. So if they have angel here, then this is going to get interesting. And that's a very good angel for them to have. Ooh, and we get a shielded though. Okay. I'll take that for sure. And play it. Pass turn. If they have lands to activate angel, that may not be too fun for us. Instead they have a reconstruction. Okay. So another apparition would be really bad for us. Another Bishop of Wings. Okay. I maybe should have pushed the first bishop in response to this. There's a land. Yeah, I probably should have done that. I'm just going to do it now. Okay, Annex is pretty good. We're in a pretty tough spot. Maybe I should have actually saved the push for the Resplendent Angel. So this becomes a 5-5. I guess I'll just make a 6-6 here and pass turn. That was of course a great draw for us. And hope they don't draw anything too good. Yeah, if we yeah, it's tough to say what to kill there. Okay. Oh, don't do that. Just another Giada. Fair enough. And we have a slasher, okay. So, kind of in limbo right now. Yeah, and that's a good draw for them. Another Giada and an Elf, so not terrible for us. It's actually a very poor hit for them. Though they do get another 1-1 and gain some life here. And they still don't really have any good attacks. Neither do we, though. I guess at this point, though, we can attack with the Slasher. Though they could just jump block or like kill it, triple block. I guess that's like fine, though. Pass turn. Another Shieldred. Well, we have 33 left. I just noticed that. I guess like another Annex would be our best draw. Removal spell. Okay, fortunately we drew the second Shieldred for this. Unfortunately, this demon token is just really doing work for us. Yeah, and we're not really able to block here to trade, just because we want to keep it back for this Resplendent Angel. Okay, so that's really good for us. And we are slowly working away at their life total. Okay. Brick for them is great for us. And yeah, it's fine. I guess possibly we could have traded there, having drawn the second Annex. Ooh, and a third Annex, okay. Yeah, and let's just go 2 of these. And that should be a lot of draining, fortunately for us. Yeah, they're just going to concede. Sweet. Very nice. Kind of got bailed out there with those 2 really nice draws. Okay, so Event is great. Of course, Deathmark is really good in this matchup. Culling Ritual. I'm not too thrilled about it. I don't think I'm going to bring it in. Could probably cut the Duresses. And like a couple Dread Knights is my thinking. Dread Knight, just with them not having very many ground threats that could trade with it, it's not very valuable. Okay, I think we could keep this on the draw. Of course, like game 1, lots of great interaction into some pretty decent threats. Okay, so Giada Company. I think we just take Company here as the their best long game card against us, and we have interaction for their threats here. Yeah, and I think I'll just kill this right now. And let's play Slasher. Next turn we can maybe go Thoughtseize plus Decay. Trying to get rid of these 2 threats. Okay. It's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Could just definitely go like this and then swing in. Yeah, Slasher has been very impressive so far. Let's see if they want to trade at all. Nope. It's great for us. And Shieldred. Yeah, Slasher. Wow, okay. I'm impressed. Slasher plus Shieldred plus Unholy Annex. These are cards that drain our opponent very quickly for sure. Yeah, and we're just gonna get the game there. So very impressed so far by Slasher. I guess the synergy between it and Shieldred and Unholy Annex results in a lot of damage, a lot of draining of life for us. So that's very nice. Very good to get match 1 here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, here we are for match number 2. We are on the play with a 2-lander. Looks like we'll have to mulligan this one. into a 2 non-lander, but we could keep this. It's not completely terrible, but not completely good either. That's okay. Okay, maybe like a black-white mid-range deck we're up against. I'll not play that Blooming Marsh just for very, very slight information purposes. Now I'll play it. Slasher should be good against them unless they have like Vanishing Verse. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Very interesting card. And a Karsi Revenant. Interesting. Okay. I guess I wouldn't completely mind just trading here. Or quote unquote trading. As this will eventually come back. So let's do that. They could also just like chump block infinitely or inevitably with these tokens. So yeah, that's probably just the more logical thing for them to do. But we have a Shieldred, so let's see if they have removal. Seems like not immediately. But they do have a lot of flyers and some life gain with the Revenant. And they're gonna leave one blocker back. And looks like they're representing a Wandering Emperor. We drew a second Shieldred, which is not the worst. If they do have an Emperor. If we attack with both creatures, they'll probably Emperor, exile Shieldred, then just block Slasher. Then we just play second Shieldred or go Cub into Shieldred. I think that's fine for us. I think I want to do something here. I want to get that Emperor out of their hands. Go for the throat, okay. And then maybe another removal spell or something. Another of those things, okay. So they are taking a lot of damage here off the 2 bearers and the Shieldred, though they do have some life gain now, or they have been getting life gain from the Revenant. Just a land and a go. I think I'll just swing in with everything here. Remember, this is a 3/3 if we spend 1 mana to activate it. Let's see what you got. Okay, they're gonna kill the Cub. I could deal them 3. Okay. Take 2 more. 4 more damage. They're gonna go back to up to 8. I'm gonna wait a little here, try to feign that I have something. Then go to attacks. Swing in with everything. Okay. I'm assuming they'll trade with the Shieldred. So they have removal for Shieldred? No. You just take the damage. And then go up to 3. Or go up to 4. Buy 3. I'll just hold this for information. Okay, so they have a push. Okay, that makes sense. But they're going to take 2. And they could gain a little bit of life off this. But I still feel fairly fine about our situation. Okay, and that was a good draw. So let's play that and not activate on the removal, and then yeah, okay. So we would have 2 land attackers. Sweet. Getting game 1 there is nice against the mid-range deck. Invoke Despairs and Cling to Dust are great. I think it's probably all we want. I don't think I want the Hearst for that Revenant. And then I'll just trim on discard, I think. And yeah, seems fine to me. I've been thinking about, in these mid-range matchups, not trimming on discard spells as aggressively as I have in the past. Oh, okay, and they just concede the match. Okay, unfortunate that we don't get another game there, but yeah, I guess I'll kind of speak to that a bit more. Just because I feel like there are a lot of X for ones in the format, and cards like Thoughtseize are bad top decks late in the game, of course, but they do have some, good versatility and can be powerful, especially against the cards like Fable the Mirrorbreaker, Invoke Despair, like the Wandering Emperor against or decks like this, Shieldred, of course Unholy Annex. So just kind of interesting to think about that going forward against mid-range decks. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, match number 3. We're fortunate enough again to be on the play. And we can keep this hand. Not very proactive, but it's decent nonetheless. Lands and spells. Hopefully we get more than 1 game here. I feel like we will. Oh, okay. Green, red. Looks like a mid-range. Oh, wow. Okay. Vehicle Chandra. Okay, well, I'll take the Cutter, then probably take Fable. Sacrifice an artifact. Yeah. Interesting card here. I've like never seen this card before. And they have another Magna. Okay. So they have the Chandra next turn, but having drawn Shieldred was very nice. And yeah, I mean, Annex is great too, right? Interesting deck, pretty cool. So I'm guessing the plus here? Yes. Discard land. Shieldred is just so powerful. It's really a stupid, broken card, I feel like. Okay, let's Thoughtseize. That was a decent draw. Whoa. Okay, so it looks like some, I guess, like artifact-y deck. Maybe treasure token oriented as well. Let's play Annex and drain them. Yeah, so I guess it is just kind of like artifact centered. So maybe not so much vehicles. Has death touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. And they can make that a creature. So we could push this attack Chandra. They may just chump block with their Mutavault. And then we could just Ritual Chamber. I do think I want to get this off the battlefield though. So they could deal 2 damage to us. Yeah, okay. I mean, they could have killed Shieldred here if they... Whoa, why is this a 3-2? Oh, it's because it's a... Wow, okay, so they could have killed Shieldred there. I did not actually think about that. It seems like they didn't realize that either, fortunately. But yeah, pretty easy demon token here. This is... Oh, it's a 0 ability, okay. Okay. Very interesting. I guess just kind of want to fade removal from them. But I can't really think of any removal they'd have that could kill like a big creature like a 6/6 or even the 4/5. So yeah, it seems like got out of that one fortunately. Okay, so I think Invoke Despair seems good in this matchup, and honestly maybe a couple culling rituals, maybe like 2 Invoke, as it seems like they have a higher top end ish, but they do still seem low to the ground, and culling rituals seem good against the artifact focus. I think nothing feels really bad. I mean, maybe just cut on discard spells and call it a day just like that. Maybe we want the 3rd culling ritual over the 2nd Thoughtseize, but not completely sure. Great hand. Okay. Two Fables. Okay, well, take one of them. This is an interesting card to have. Or for them to have. Just gonna cub, and then next turn we can maybe like double spell, kill the Wormlet or the Fable token, and then kill Fable. Or we could play Slasher and push something that may be a bit more efficient. Okay. And are they gonna play Fable? Yes. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll play out the Slasher and then hold up push probably for the Wormlet. And I think I'll let them get their value here. I don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, I guess Culling Ritual would be nice on this board state, so for game 3 you could maybe just bring in the third copy of that. They don't discard anything. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Whoa. Permanent. Cool. Okay. Okay, there's that biotech specialist. I mean, we're already at 13 life, which is kind of getting low. Okay, this Fable attack is a little worrisome for me. Let's just do that and then push and see if they have anything. I guess they could trade technically here by like sacrificing that or this. So I guess that attack makes sense. But I think I'm still fine with that. No, they'll sacrifice? No, they don't do that. Wow, okay, weird. I totally thought they would. However, now 2 of these is kind of scary, so I think I'm just gonna actually decay one of them right now. And then they could deal us 8 damage here by having, yeah, oh wait, this is sorry, this is only an opponent. I thought this was any target. That's my bad. It's a powerful card in multiples. Okay, and then play, I guess I'll attack. I can afford to attack, right? I think so. So we're essentially at 3 life right now. Okay, and they just draw a land. And they don't activate their lair. So that's good for us. I think I'm just gonna immediately besage you. The reflection. I guess I should have played Cub first. Yeah, that was a little misplay. I think it should be okay though. And just gonna pass turn. Would love to see a Shieldred. Annex would be okay, maybe a little too slow, however. And just pass the turn. Okay, so there's Annex. Well, how much mana do we have? I guess we do have enough mana to... Right? Yeah, to play it and get the Ritual Chamber. So, I was mistaken. And now I definitely feel comfortable just passing the turn. Okay. Now, if we attack with everything, plus another 1/1, they'll block, 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 take 3, 9, drain, for a total of 11 damage. So if they have removal, do we want to play around removal? I guess we can by just sending in only the demon token. I feel like one of these cards is a land. I still feel like we should send everything in. Leave one, have the cup back to block layer if something terrible happens, but yeah, looks like we just got them there, which feels great. And I think I'll play one more match for you guys, so I'll see you in the next one. Right, match number 4 on the play yet again, which is very nice, with a pretty beefy hand, but I think we could keep this one. Opponent mulligans to 6. Wow, nice. What even is this guy? I don't know. So the deck has felt great so far. Looks like we're up against the best deck in the format, though. Good testing, though. Okay. Thank you. Ooh, you have a boomerang basics? Yikes. Yeah, this deck is really scary. Kind of awful to play against if you don't draw like any removal, for example. Okay, so what do we do now? We can play Shieldred. We may need to do that to stabilize somewhat, because we are just kind of like slowly dying to this Annex. Or we could double kill spell, which I feel like wouldn't be bad either. I think I'm just going to go for the Shieldred play. It's the most mana efficient, and I think it is the most powerful. Okay, do we block? I think we kind of have to block. I think we're kind of dead with this board state, so let's block the Challenger. And they have another spell. Whoa, okay. Quite the start from the opponent here. Yikes. Yeah, okay, fair enough. See you later. Okay, well, that was pretty disappointing. But we do have Culling Rituals and the Virulent Plagues, which is nice. I think I may just want to cut all discard, except for maybe one. Extinction Event could be good as well. The Shield Roots may just be like a little slow. And also I don't really want to have that many 4-drops. This seems fine. So this is a matchup where I would prefer Sentinel over Slasher. Just because it's a very good like tempo, offensive and defensive card. That in these more aggressive matchups is very good for us. Offers some nice like versatility, cool play patterns. But it's okay. Slasher is still decent, I guess. I will say I have been quite impressed by Slasher in these matches here. Does seem like a very powerful card. And a very like mid-rangey card, very grindy card, which is always nice to see. It'd be cool to win this match though, for sure. It's a tough matchup, obviously. With I'm pretty sure it's, I guess by like Goldfish standards, is the quote-unquote best deck in the format. But Plague is really good against them. Obviously, Culling Ritual is very backbreaking against them. I love Culling Ritual so much. Yeah, I guess before that card was printed, Crime and Punishment was like the premier like Golgari like wrath effect. Even before that, Gaze of Granite. I kind of think of Yawgmoth in Modern, way back in the day when you would play Crime and Punishment in that deck, in the sideboard. Okay, so I had to mulligan that, but looks like this is a keep. I think I'll put back the Annex, or yeah, I'll probably have to put back Annex. Is probably just a bit too slow. I mean, obviously going like Blade into Annex is quite nice, but I'm not too certain that this will be able to survive. Maybe I still keep it though. Tough call. I'll try it. And I'm going to play a tap land here. This is a spot where the Wastewood Verge would be better than the Glade. But obviously with this hand, having Culling Ritual is just very, very good for us, as long as we're able to hit our land drops. Okay, I think I'm going to trade here if they offer it up. No, okay. Sweet, perfect. That is lovely for us. And then do I attack? I don't think so. I'd be fine to block here, I think. Though they could have 3 1-mana spells to have the otter token. Okay, yeah. Be a 4/4. But it looks like it's just not going to matter. This deck is so efficient. It's really crazy. Okay, so this is another reason to board out Shieldred. Yeah, just so crazy efficient. Wow, yeah, jeez. Okay, well, let's hope we draw land. No. Okay. I'll do this, and I think I'll just leave up the push. Okay, there's a land. Leave up the push for the challenger, although they may be able to get value off of it now. So maybe that's not the call. I think it's kind of close though. Pushing main phase just could have been better. Brazen Barber. Okay. So I want them to play this talent and play like another creature or something. I guess they probably don't have another creature yet, unless it's like Soul Scar Mage at this point. Let's push that. And they shocked in, right? So they're representing Spell Pierce. If they pass here. Okay, it is a Soul Scar Mage. Okay, so fortunately we do get to pop off a nice Culling Ritual here into probably just creature. Or we can make a demon token. Yeah, let's do that. It's bad against Boomerang basics, but I like it. It has them dead on board next turn. Sweet, okay. So that feels nice. Culling Ritual just dominating, of course. So maybe just I don't want that third Shieldred, and which is better, Duress or Thoughtseize? We're on the draw. I think I'll just go 1-1 split. It's pretty close. Like the life loss is pretty bad in this matchup, but being able to take away a challenger is pretty good. But I think being on the draw, they do have what the 8 1-mana creature spells that we wouldn't be able to hit anyways with Duress. So I think that's okay. That we would otherwise want a Thoughtseize to be able to hit like on the play. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh man. If one of these was a like Overgrown Tomb, this would be a pretty good hand, but wow. That's pretty unfortunate. It's the second time this has happened. Yeah, I don't think we could keep this, unfortunately. Okay. Fortunately, though, opponent mulligans as well, but we mulligan into a 1-lander. Okay. I think let's mulligan like this. Down to 5 is feels terrible, but it's kind of what we have to do here. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see how this game goes. This card is so cool. I mean, the art on it is so sick. Oh my god. Okay. That flavor text was crazy. Okay, I'll take the synthesizer because they kept a 1-lander, but I don't like them having Reckless Rage with our Cub in hand, and us being so Cub oriented so far. And I guess I'll just leave up, go for the throat now. Beautiful. Okay. And the concede. Okay. I feel like that was an early concession, but we'll take it. And yeah, so we could have gone Cub that turn. It seemed like Virulent Plague wasn't going to be doing too much against them. But it could have been an interesting game for sure, but I'm not sure that that concession is completely validated. Maybe just the opponent was a little dissatisfied and didn't want to play anymore. But that's fair, I guess. But we'll take it, and I'll see you guys for the wrap up. All right, so post 4 matches there, we 4-0. Some of those matchups were a little, I guess, off meta, so potentially a bit easier for us. But we, I guess, are kind of technically an off meta deck as well, at least this version of this deck. So I can still feel pretty proud of ourselves for being flawless here. We are kind of lower in ranking right now, at least on the arena ladder, but I felt those games were competitive enough for me to, actually be satisfied with how the deck was playing out. Slasher proved to be very good. I definitely want to keep playing with this card over Sentinel. Extremely aggressive threat that is still grindy, and the self-recursion is, of course, very nice. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I guess the combination of Slasher, NX, Shieldred amounts to a lot of life loss for the opponent, a lot of life gain for us too, for those last 2 cards there. So it feels good. I really like it. The death marks, we didn't see them post board in the Angels matchup, but I'm still glad that we saw that matchup to kind of validate my thinking in keeping this card in our sideboard. Saw the Virulent Plague, but didn't get to play it, and then Culling Ritual, of course, in the Cutter matchup was the reason we won that game too for us. So very, very nice. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. I think it seems like with my schedule right now, I'll be able to keep this one upload a week schedule going for us here on YouTube. So hope you guys have been enjoying. Of course, rip me apart in the comments. Give me your suggestions about whatever you wish about, future, kind of where you want to be seeing the Rock in the future, other suggestions with cards, whatnot, stuff like that. But with that being said, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.